Are you training, eating healthy, doing everything by the book, and your physique still doesn't change? Maybe the problem was never discipline, but that you never learned to eat like a monster.
Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler!
Today I revealed the brutal diet of Jay Cutler, four-time Mr. Olympia, and a secret that few dare to imitate.
Me driving to, of course, the food got more and more.
Stay, because what Jay did can tear down everything you thought you knew about nutrition and fitness. Jay Cutler is a bodybuilding legend, four-time Mr. Olympia champion, and one of the few competitors who managed to reclaim that title after losing it, proving an exceptional resilience and consistency. With 33 professional competitions between 1998 and 2013, he won 15 of them and was runner-up 6 times, making him one of the highest-performing competitors in the history of bodybuilding. He stood out not only for his size, but for a perfect combination of mass, symmetry, and definition that marked a before and after in the sport. His work ethic and meticulous discipline in diet and training defined him. Cutler understood that the true foundation for a legendary physique lay in nutrition calculated with almost surgical precision, not just in training hard. His iconic phrase sums it up. If you want to be big, you have to eat big. Period. To understand how Jay Cutler built one of the most iconic and dominant physiques in bodybuilding, focusing on his training alone is not enough. What truly defines a champion is his nutrition, a surgical system that worked like a relentless engine for his muscles. Today, we are going to dive into every meal Jay used to transform his body, starting with his brutal breakfast, the initial fuel that set the tone for the day. Breakfast. Jay Cutler's breakfast is a lesson in discipline and extreme volume. For him, this meal was not a moment to enjoy, but a scientific operation of pure nutrition. Imagine 10 to 12 egg whites, plus 2 whole eggs, all cooked minimally to preserve their nutrients. To this, he added a generous cup of oatmeal, his main source of complex carbohydrates, responsible for giving him sustainable energy without sharp insulin spikes. On some days, he included rice cakes or banana to vary the intake. During his most intense periods, Jay revealed that he consumed up to 140 egg whites per day, which translates to around 30 egg whites for breakfast alone, an impressive record of commitment and sacrifice. All of this was to ensure a high protein content with minimal fat and cholesterol, promoting muscle synthesis from the very first hour. This breakfast also set the pace for the day. High in protein and complex carbohydrates to fuel his hard training and avoid the energy crashes common in low-carb diets. But beyond the numbers, Jay's message is clear. No matter how much you like it or not, breakfast is the load that determines whether your day will be a muscular failure or a triumph. Mid-morning. After that brutal breakfast comes the mid-morning meal, one that Jay Cutler treated with the same surgical precision, but that many underestimate for being simple. Here, there is no room for cravings or improvisation. His mid-morning meal consisted of grilled chicken, white rice, and fibrous vegetables, all weighed on a scale to guarantee every gram was controlled. We are talking about approximately 200 to 250 grams of chicken and a cup and a half of white rice, with no extra sauces or oils that could alter the exact calorie count he followed. This meal was the cornerstone for maintaining a constant supply of quality protein and carbohydrates to his muscles, ensuring a continuous flow of nutrients to keep repairing and growing. Whether he was traveling or at home, Jay kept this plate fixed, without variations, aware that repetition was his ally. Additionally, the fibrous vegetables, such as broccoli or asparagus, aided digestion and good intestinal transit, which is key when consuming such large amounts of food. Simplicity was the strategy. The fewer extra ingredients, the less margin for error. In summary, that mid-morning meal was the stepping stone to sustain pure muscle mass and avoid energy crashes before lunch, something most amateur bodybuilders tend to overlook. But for a four-time Mr. Olympia, it was a non-negotiable rule. Lunch. We arrive at lunch, another fundamental piece in Jay Cutler's formula for building a legendary physique. Here the routine stayed strict, and the reason was simple. Conscious repetition generates epic results. The base plate consisted of lean meat, usually beef or turkey, accompanied by a carbohydrate source such as rice or sweet potato, and a good portion of fibrous vegetables like broccoli or asparagus. Sometimes Jay added a tablespoon of olive oil to include healthy fats, vital for hormonal regulation and recovery. This lunch was not meant to surprise or delight, but to fuel an engine running 24 hours a day. Weighed with precision, fixed portions, and no ingredients that could throw off Jay's meticulous calorie count. The mindset behind this meal was clear. You do not eat out of craving, you eat out of necessity. Jay trained his mind to turn every bite into a step toward his goal, eliminating distractions and temptations. This daily ritual contributed to his body maintaining a perfect balance between volume and definition, combining solid muscle mass with very fine fat control, key to his dominance on the Mr. Olympia stage. Pre-workout. Before each training session, Jay Cutler made sure he arrived with enough energy to face a brutal gym session. The pre-workout meal was key to providing fast fuel without the heaviness of a large meal. His typical plate included white rice, chicken or turkey, and a fast source of sugar such as honey or fresh fruit. On occasions when he needed something lighter, he added cream of rice, an easily digestible option perfect for explosive energy. This strategic balance between proteins, complex carbohydrates, and simple sugars allowed him to maximize his performance without feeling fatigued or with a heavy stomach. He knew that every training session was a battle to build muscle, and his body had to be ready for that war. Jay understood that it was not just about eating, but about feeding his muscles at the exact right moment to optimize strength, pump, and recovery. That way, he ensured every rep counted and his physique kept growing. Post-workout. After an intense gym session, what Jay Cutler did was a true operation of fast and precise recovery. He knew that at that moment, his body was at its peak anabolic window, absorbing nutrients with brutal efficiency. His post-workout meal began with an isolated whey protein shake, combined with fast-absorbing carbohydrates such as maltodextrin or dextrose. Here, Jay consumed between 30 and 50 grams of protein and 70 to 100 grams of simple carbohydrates to repair muscle damage and replenish lost glycogen. The important thing was that this mixture entered the bloodstream quickly, accelerating recovery and preparing his muscles for total reconstruction. But this was only the beginning. Immediately after, he took in a solid meal, usually lean meat with rice, to continue providing slower absorbing nutrients and sustain muscle growth during the following hours. Post-workout for Jay was not an indulgence, it was an absolute obligation. Precision and timing were just as critical as the training itself. He left nothing to chance, because he knew that moment defined whether his muscles would grow or stagnate. Dinner. For Jay Cutler, the last meal of the day was just as important as the first, because it ensured his body kept growing even during the night, the time when muscle regenerates the most. His typical dinner included fish such as salmon or tilapia, rich sources of protein and healthy fats that promoted recovery and cardiovascular health. He paired this with brown rice or quinoa, complex carbohydrates that offered a sustained release of energy to keep his metabolism active while he slept. Additionally, Jay incorporated essential supplements into this meal. Omega-3 to control inflammation, zinc to support immune function, and magnesium to improve sleep quality and muscle recovery. In the weeks leading up to competition, he even woke up in the middle of the night to consume extra protein and avoid catabolism, demonstrating his relentless commitment. This strategic combination of nutrients and micronutrients ensured optimal hormonal balance and a fundamental anabolic environment so that every sacrifice in the gym and the kitchen paid off to the fullest. To get closer to the success Jay Cutler achieved with his brutal physique, it is not necessary to imitate every portion, but to adopt the mindset and principles behind his method. First, plan your meals in advance. Jay did not improvise a single bite. Preparing and organizing your nutrition the night before or several days ahead is key to maintaining discipline. Second, invest in a kitchen scale and weigh everything you eat. You cannot measure progress if you do not know exactly what and how much you are consuming. Precision in quantities is the foundation for any serious transformation. Third, prioritize lean protein and complex carbohydrates. Chicken, turkey, egg whites, rice, oatmeal, and sweet potato should be the backbone of your nutrition. Avoid sauces, oils, or extra ingredients that could add empty calories and throw off your diet. Fourth, be consistent. Do not change your menu every day or chase immediate perfection. The key lies in conscious repetition and the patience to let your body respond to regular stimuli. Finally, focus on progress, not on taste. Eating like a champion is not eating to enjoy, it is eating to grow. If you shift your mindset and prioritize the goal above momentary pleasure, you will see results that no one achieves without effort. Adopting Jay Cutler's method is not easy, but it is effective. With discipline, precision, and consistency, you can transform your body and your life. Jay Cutler's diet is a true example of extreme discipline and an unbreakable mindset. It was not just about eating large quantities, but doing so with millimetric precision, without exceptions or improvisation. Jay understood that the secret was not in variety or flavor, but in the constant repetition of a system that worked, day after day, year after year. His nutrition was not a pleasure, but a sacred obligation that allowed him to stay at the top for more than a decade. Eating the same food, in the same amount, and at the same time, regardless of fatigue or desire, was what built his legendary physique. This mindset of total commitment, where there is no room for doubt or rest, is what truly separates a champion from an amateur. Jay did not eat out of hunger or cravings. He ate to fuel a much greater goal, the conquest of greatness. In summary, the key lies not only in training hard, but in feeding your body with the same obsession and method. Jay Cutler proved that nutrition is 80% of success in bodybuilding. Without that solid foundation, neither training nor genetics can take you far. This message invites us to rethink our own diets and habits, and to find the discipline needed to achieve truly extraordinary results. Jay Cutler ate to win, not to enjoy. Are you ready to take your diet to the next level? Don't miss my next video. This is Lee Priest's winning diet to gain muscle. Subscribe and turn your body into an unstoppable machine.